cool. We are recording. I have been doing an update, haven't I? A little
Are you wearing the hat, or are you going?
fundraising update.
You going full Breaking Bad?
Why would I cover this beautiful monstrosity?
Because it's distracting. I just keep having phrases like cue balls and other things that pop into my mind. Just
Well, an update on where we stand from the fundraising. We have done 1,263.1 of our 2,000 kilometers at point of record, which is the 17th of November. And we have raised, drumroll please, absolutely horrendous, but I'll take it, £1,413. Which is incredible. So thank you very much, everyone who has donated. And check out the link in the bio if you look on Instagram or on the description on YouTube and Spotify if you want to donate. So that is all very good. I think mine looks terrible. Scott's is like you're just about visible, but I can see it.
the problem is I've gone grey, so the Hogan-esque bottom bits have gone grey. So yeah.
But I think Hovel, yours is the best, probably out of the, not including Luke, of course.
Chris, I think if you grow, I think Tom's is top of the shots. I think if you grow yours and just curl it, you look like who's the villain in the Sonic? Is it Dr. Nefarious?
Dr.
No,
Eggman.
that's someone else. Is that him? Yeah, that one. The one who's Jim Carrey in the really poor film.
Should we go for Eggman? We'll go for Eggman.
Happy days for that, yeah.
The Robotnik.
Robotnik.
Yeah,
Who am I thinking of as Eggman then?
I don't know. Maybe Dizzy, which is if you're back to your Spectrum and Commodore days. That's Egg.
Just on the sound, if you do a sound check, you're coming across quite quiet, Tom. Quite quiet.
Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik. So
That's
we're
you,
talking
Chris.
about the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, you are coming across quite quiet, actually. That's good. That's a good catch, Scott.
Thanks. I was just going to say, if you are the Dr. Robotnik or whatever Eggman is, then obviously Tom is the Tony Stark of Stowmarket.
Yeah, I think that's it. What does that make? What does that make you? Does that make you a poor man's Hulk Hogan?
I think a very poor man's Hulk Hogan. I think I'd be doing a disservice to poor men Hulk Hogans everywhere, really. I think, yeah. I think more like Hollywood Hulk Hogan when he, with the dark hat, when he went into a Hollywood Hogan, didn't he? When he went to WCW.
Your knowledge of Hulk Hogan is impressive.
Dangerous.
You need to know this stuff, guys. Come on. This is how you get on in life.
Christmas parties are coming up. There'll be quizzes.
This is, any listeners out there, forget universities, anybody. Proper education. Yeah, trash culture. That'll get you more places than you know what.
Well, Tom, you sound quiet to me, but on the audio mixer, you're coming up as good. So I think we'll just roll with it and assume that we're good. So, yes, here we go then. Play the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New Dice Please, the Bite-sized Bloodbowl podcast, brought to you by the people at Bloodbowl Live. My name is Chris. Joining me, as always, Mr. Scott Bryant. Scott, what is your favourite thing that comes in threes?
Bloody hell, that's a random one. Favourite things that come in threes. Oh, you really stumped me there.
I thought this was going to be one that was going to throw you because it's so out there, yeah. Do you need some time?
No, I'll go for chicken half and half. Chicken curry half and half. We've had this before. Chicken curry, rice and chips. That's what you need in your life.
Just explain to me how that comes in threes.
It's threes. Chicken curry or curry, rice and chips. Which bit of rice, chips,
okay.
Chicken curry?
No, I think okay. Sure. I know I do understand, but it just caught me off guard. Joining us also Mr. Tom Hovell. Tom, favorite thing that comes in threes?
Musketeers.
Now, see, that's more what I was kind of
technically, the Musketeers were the whole division of the personal bodyguard of the King of France, and in the book there were four. Don't forget D'Artagnan.
No, D'Artagnan wasn't a Musketeer at the time.
Yeah, but there were more other
It's
musketeers. There were just three
the
named
early
ones. Okay.
days.
Yes, it is pedantic, and yeah, I'm trying to claw back from what I had.
And I learned that from Dogtanion, like everyone else did. not the book.
I was tempted. Ooh, I'm getting reverb. I'm hearing myself from someone, and I don't know who. I was going to go for comedy, because comedy comes in threes, like good jokes come in threes. So that was tempting. Or amigos possibly as well. Another shout. But anyway, Willow's not happy with my suggestion. That's
No, someone decided to, at a rude time and a very inappropriate time, decided just as we're starting this recording to ring the doorbell. That's okay.
well, that's fine. I mean, Stephen is digging a hole in the bed right now, so dogs are clearly happy with this topic. Anyway, we're not technically talking about things that come in threes, even though there's three of us here, but we are talking about something that is three, and that is third edition. Finally, we are doing a podcast record after third edition is released. We all have our lovely third editions. Look at it all here in front of us. And I guess the tricky thing is, firstly, pretty much the entire rules and team rules and stuff were leaked as soon as the book was available to some people. It was quite frankly insane, the amount of leaks that appeared based on this edition. If you don't want to buy the book, you probably can find all of the pages in photo form online. It is absolutely insane. And secondly, some people obviously had earlier access and were able to put things out earlier than we do. So at the point that we're talking about third edition, you probably know everything there is to know about third edition. So we're not going to tell you really what's there in great intricate detail, but we are going to give our quick opinions on some of the kind of key points that are coming out of this third edition of the wonderful game that is Blood Bowl. So let's start where all good games start, and that is a thick and hefty rule book. So, gents, the rule book does have some changes, a few changes. The layout is a little bit different. They were talking before release that they wanted to make it a bit clearer. It's obviously got all of the teams in it, with the exception of High Elves. And it includes things like matched play rules and stuff like that. So it's got kind of a lot more to it. It's a thicker rule book than any of the other books they've released. What are we thinking? Have they kind of done what we wanted them to do? Is this a nice, clear, concise rule book, an easy to follow one? Is it better than what we had before?
Overall, I think yes. First of all, I think the quality is really good. So kudos, well done, GWE, for that. I think the images, whether it's the actual team photos, whether it's the little sketches. I'm just looking at page 120, the skills, seeing the badger eating the gobbo. What more do you want? I think all of that is really, really good quality. So yeah, very well done, Games Workshop, on that. I like the adverts in it as well. And I think just generally any gripes I could say about it is just getting used to the actual format, the layout, things like the skills. They don't list the skills by the relevant category in the table. So for example, you don't have these are all your edge skills. This is them. These are all your general skills. This is a mutation. So they've just put them there alphabetically for all of them, which is no bad thing. It's just like somebody have different filters on an Excel spreadsheet. So overall, big thumbs up from me from the book. What do you think, Mr. Tony Stark?
Yeah, the same. I like the fact that it's got all the detail in one place. I actually like the star player listings at the back in the card format.
Yeah, that's quite a nice touch.
I think that's quite nice. It's such a shame that they didn't go the full what's the name of the sticker company? You know,
Like full Panini sticker
full
book.
Panini.
Oh yeah.
They missed a trick there for selling.
As soon as I saw those star players, I did the first thing I did was just check with a nail whether I could get under them, because they look like stickers. They do look like stickers.
Well, funny enough, I did see on Facebook that some, I think it might be over in the States, they're doing tournament stickers. So they've created so with, for example, if they've got a whole load of different tournaments that are all linked together, you go and get your little stamp. You get they've made like proper stamps, which I thought was cool. Anyway, side thing. I'm a bit like Scott. I think it's the little bit of annoyance for me is it's a bit like when they change kind of a layout on an iPhone or your mobile device, where you're so used to kind of, oh, quick, I'm going to go and search for mutations, bang into oh, there's the mutations there. Now I want to find mine. It's alphabetical. So for people who know the game and have used the old books before, that's going to get a little bit of, oh, I've got to get used to that. But apart from that, I think it's beautiful, really nicely done. I love all the graphics in it, just like Scott said. They've got some beautiful, beautiful new artwork in here, as well as some old original stuff, which really looks great.
Yeah, I think it's kind to me it feels like it's gonna take getting used to if you're an established player, but I think they have done quite well at making it easier for newer players. Like we know, or we did know, because some of the skills are slightly different, and we'll come up to that later. But we know roughly what skills are in what skill tree. So for us, it may be easier to be like, oh, I need to know what this skill does. Let me just go straight to mutations, and if we've got the tabs, go straight to it. I guess for a newer player, just having a list of skills in front of you and going to an A to Z of them and finding it probably is a bit easier for them. Agree. I think the artwork is fantastic. I love all of the sponsor pages. I think they're really cool. My favorite bit of artwork is on page 74 under handoffs. And it is the rotter lineman in the shadow of something much bigger about to get pounded into the ground. There it is, holding it up there on page 74, which I think is my favorite bit of artwork in the book, is the terrifying looking rotter lineman. So I think they've done a good job. It does feel clear. And that, I guess, brings us on to the next point, which is just generally around kind of terminology and stuff. Another thing that they said they wanted to do is make terminology clearer, make it less ambiguous with various things. So all players, all different positionals now have a tag, or a few tags, depending on what they are. Some positionals have changed names, which does kind of link up with the tags they've got. For example, a skink runner is now called a skink lineman and has the tag lineman. If the skink runner was still called a skink runner, you could understand why that was confusing when they're not giving it the runner tag. So kind of makes sense. You've then got things like the change in a blitz event is now called a charge event, which to us is going to feel a bit odd, and we're probably still going to call it a blitz, a bit like whether you call it a go for it or a rush. But we have blitz as an action, so we now don't have two different things called a blitz, which I guess is less confusing. So there's things like that, minor changes for us, maybe some getting used to. If you're brand new picking up the book, I think it is quite nice and clear.
I was expecting a little bit more out of these tags. I know they kind of help new people with it, but I was expecting there to be something to be linked to like the skills or something that only certain, say for example, a runner can only have a certain skill or something like that. But I haven't noticed it.
Well,
do you know what, Tom? I was glad.
We?
Yeah, we do, but I was glad they haven't done that, because my concern is, and we talked about this a few times on previous podcasts, is were they going to go down the 40k route and overcomplicate it? Which was exactly what you didn't want them to do after they said, GW, this is after they said about Blood Bowl, we want to keep it simple. And personally, I don't know if others did, had reminiscence of what felt a bit Carnage when they did 40k, the last one, 10th edition as well. So it identifies who is what within there, and some of it might be a bit OTT. I mean, if you look at page 168, Elven Unions, elf lineman, elf lineman, elf thrower, elf thrower, elf catcher, elf blitzer. So for those teams, you've got to do it to keep in with the categorization of all the positionals. So this, like everybody else. But again, as Chris said, it's nothing too major. Even things like the kickoff changes with no praise to Nuffle on there as well. but I think some of the things it's touched upon, and I've seen lots of things kicking around on Discord, people making sure they understand the rules, the sequence, when is a natural one, not a natural one, after modifiers, with modifiers. And there are things they've really simplified: the throwing, shadowing, all of those little pernickety ones, bombs, etc., etc. So, really very generally happily pleased, introduced lots of new stuff as well. And I like the fact they brought in what I think are some more lore appropriate elements to it, like, Skaven with stab, or sorry, gutter runners rather, with stab. I like the fact that, again, 168 elf lineman, fumble Ruski. It just gives you, because it is a dirty they don't have devious rather in any of their skill trees, but fumble Ruski could be that underhanded deviousness that these elves do have up their sleeve, as it were. So there's little touches like that I do like. So yeah, all in all, I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to this week's forthcoming first New Dice Please special tournament.
Yes, we're going to all be playing this on this Saturday. We're all going to sit down and play a bunch of games back to back to make sure we're fully up to scratch. I think the thing that I'm pleased with, and there were lots of people, why it was kind of such a drama, I don't know. I can understand why you would get, if you're very invested in the game of Blood Bowl, and then there's the anxiety of it changing, why you maybe get quite worked up about that. So I do kind of understand from that perspective. I think I think for me it is the same game with a few tweaks, and the thing that you're probably going to have to remember more than anything else is a team that you've played quite a lot may be slightly different, but I think most of the teams will feel roughly the same. I don't think any of them are going to feel absolutely drastically different. I don't think you're going to pick up any of the teams and go, I have to play this team drastically differently to how I did before. So I think, that kind of anxiety of the change, I think we can all take a bit of a sigh of relief for that when we're all playing our first few games of third edition, we're going to be playing the game that we have loved for however many years we've loved it.
And I picking up on what Scott said, probably the biggest change overall for me is the addition of the devious list of skills. And
Yes.
out of that.
Yes.
And overall, the skills for me, they've kind of balanced them out a little bit more. So rather than you just going, right, we're going to have block, dodge, mighty blow, that kind of classic thing, you start to look at kind of almost different kind of cocktails of types of kind of combinations that you can use and think, oh, that'd be quite fun to use. That'd be quite interesting to try out.
I think so devious skills is obviously a new area, and also the listing of elite skills. So block, guard, mighty blow, dodge as your elite skills. I'm in a bit of a weird place when I can hear myself again. Who can I hear myself from? I don't know, but it stopped. I'm in a bit of a weird place with devious skills because not devious skills, elite skills, because while I understand that some people think it is boring that when you go to tournaments, you just see all block, all guard, all dodge, all mighty blow. While I get that that's the case, by limiting teams to take elite skills, I feel like you buff teams that already come with a large amount of elite skills. So by limiting the amount of block in a tournament that you can take, you are making the Amazon team incredible. By limiting the amount of dodge you can take, by limiting the amount of block you can take, you are making Norse and dwarves quite strong. So that's kind of, I'm a bit on the fence still. I think I'm going to need to see a few tournaments and how it works out. But I kind of fear that teams like Amazons are just going to be mad because of the skills that they come with.
You say that there's still a 3-up dodge though, and that's not, that's still a slight chance of failure.
It is, but it's also one less roll of a block dice to the floor, like side of it as well. So,
just put tackle on everyone.
Well, yeah, Just tackle's not elite, just spam tackle.
The only, just to check, then I haven't missed this because I had to double check tackle as well. So the 4 I've got for elite skills: block, dodge, guard, mighty blow. Is it just those 4?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me was surprised tackle wasn't in there, but I guess tackle has less. Tackle doesn't have kind of two more than one scenario, I guess, where it is quite as strong, unlike dodge and block do. But yeah, that I guess that's my only, like, as far as the skills go. I love the addition of devious. I think they're nice and clear. I'm just a little bit worried that what limiting those kind of skills does. And I say this as a lizard coach who takes 6 block all the time. And I can't take 6 blocks now, which isn't as bad because of the changes that come to lizards with the addition of Juggernaut. So it's not as bad because if you've got a blitzer, you're safe from that block anyway, but you're less kind of protected. Yeah, that's my only concern around that.
I'm liking the fact that they're putting slight limits on, so you can't spam, Chris. And the reason I like that is I'd like to think that it's going to encourage more thinking and more, ideas in terms of how to play these skills, how to interact them. A couple of the guys on the Discord for the Aardvarks and Dragons League ADBBL, they were talking about the taunt skill and how that can be very, some of them are going to be situational. So as a coach, you're going to have to know when to play them. When is it appropriate to play them? Because giving everybody taunt is not going to be great. No. If you're like an Elven team, for example. But I think there are some interesting things. And I think exactly as you said, it will settle. We talked with Liam last week, and Liam was suggesting that there was, an early perception that it would the meta teams would become more meta, if anything. I think we've got to wait and see on that. I've seen things in Discord and Blood Bowl things as well. But if you look at Nurgle, everybody's talking about Nurgle is too low in terms of the tiers and why Skaven tier 2, etc., etc. So I think for me, it's wait and see. But I'm hoping that it will encourage a slightly different latitude when people think about their rosters and their teams and their play styles as well.
I think we will likely, we've got various plans of stuff of what we want to do, and some videos on the skills we'll look in more detail another time, because there's there's a lot of new ones. A lot of the devious ones look really fun, really open things up. The only other thing on the book then that I wanted to go over, we could talk about the intricacies of the book for forever, because it is a brand new book with lots of brand new stuff. We're not going to cover everything. One thing that I think we should cover is the Brawling Brutes special rule, because this allows teams that can take it to basically swap the SPP that they get for touchdowns and casualties round. So rather than getting 3 for a touchdown and 2 for a casualty, they will get 3 for a casualty and 2 for a touchdown. And that is available to some of the kind of punchier teams who are less likely to score multiple touchdowns, which I think is going to make League really, really interesting when you've got the likes of Ogres, and I think Orcs, I think, are one of the ones that have it as well. Black Orcs, I think, getting more SPP for their casualties and skilling up quicker maybe stops Edge maybe having quite such a domination, and high scoring teams from having quite such a domination in league play.
Is it automatic, or because I'm reading it here, and it's basically saying violence is the name of the game for these teams, and they will not hesitate to get themselves stuck straight into the punch up as soon as the whistle blows. Often the fans, etc., etc. But the actual rule is during league play, a team with this special rule will earn SPP slightly differently. Yep. Players on this team will earn 3 SPP, so it's automatic. It's not about you can choose to say no, I'm not. I'm going to do it the other way. You have that is your kind of way of working the system.
Yeah, and I think the teams that have access to it, I don't think will argue. I guess that's kind of, in a way, it's been done quite nicely. Orc teams, I mean, Tom, you've played Orcs. You're probably not going to complain that you get more SPP from punches now rather than touchdowns, because you're not going to be scoring buckets of touchdowns. Nurgle have also got Brawling Brutes. Ogres have got Brawling Brutes as well. Khorne. So a lot of these kind of bashier teams have got access to this. Dwarfs have got access to it as well.
And Chaos Dwarfs, yeah.
Yeah, Chorfs and Dwarfs do.
Chaos Dwarfs, I'm not seeing Brawling
In the
Brutes or Chaos
Oh, no,
Dwarfs.
it's in the leagues, isn't it? They're in the leagues, not the special rules.
Yeah, so Chaos Dwarfs, not, but
Yeah.
Black Orcs then do. So it does, yeah, it doesn't kind of surprise me, the teams that have the access. But I think that's quite nice to recognize. When we went to Cake or Death, one of the things that I took away from Cake or Death, and I will take away for future tournaments that we do, is most of the time when I'd been to tournaments, if you were on a tiebreakers, touchdowns were the first tiebreaker, unless there was a theme that said otherwise. Cake or Death was the first tournament that I went to where it was your combined touchdown and casualty difference. Because otherwise, if you were top on points, if it was dwarves versus elves top on points, like tied on points, the elves won every single time, realistically. So I like that. I like that balance. I like that new balance.
So, book, all big thumbs up then, yeah? And the rules so far.
All big thumbs up. We'll see whether our minds changes in the new year when we've played a few games, but I don't think it will. I think it's I think we can chalk it down to a win. I have just thought one thing I do want to say. If anyone from GW is watching, how do I say this?
Or listening.
Or listening. How do I say this in a constructive manner? I don't feel like you should need to release an errata the day before or the day your book comes out. Because when you look at the errata and the things that have been errated, it is quite simply it's poor proofreading, isn't it? There's not more to it. There's no changes or clarifications. It's poor proofreading. So GW, I'm sorry. I think you've got a lot right here. That's a bit embarrassing for me. If that was me, I would be putting my tail between my legs just a little bit, that I felt that I needed to do that. And also you've done it because the world got your book through leaks about 2 weeks early and pointed out all of these massive errors. So quite frankly, you're lucky that so many people leaked this book and you were able to errata it on day one. But you shouldn't have had to. So anyway, enough about the book. Let's talk the box. So first of all, dice. 2 sets of dice in the box even. You've got the lovely ivory and black, and you've got the black and red. What do we think of the dice?
A little bit kind of
shiny, bit shiny.
No. If you compare them, I have got, and I'm a sucker for dice. I have got the new Bretonians and the new Tomb King dice as well, and they are very good quality, really, really good quality dice. I'm looking for Tom now as he's on. I didn't do this in store, so this is the first inaugural dice roll. 2d6 for the Bretonian dice. 6, 3 and a 3. There you go. Sending off. But for an elf player, dodge. Hey, every time. Thank you very much indeed.
They're a bit shiny. You can tell that they're not as good quality. I guess they're ones that they're going to produce a lot of. I can understand why they would maybe not be the quality of the other ones. I guess it makes the other ones more special. It's a bit of a shame that the Dungeon Bowl dice that you got and the old second edition dice you got were the same quality as the. So it's a bit of a shame, but they are. I like the color combinations. I like having extra dice. I'm a dice goblin. So yeah.
Equally, for those people with OCD, the difference that they're not opaque, that they're not see-through, in your nice little rack of dice kind of makes people twitch a bit.
So that's the dice. The status markers.
Yeah.
This is a big addition. This is a big new thing that GW are getting involved in. Scott, immediately not sold.
So I've sprayed them all. Well, I've done what I usually do with things like this, just so what they look like. I've just done a quick spray on them, black and then white over the top, just to see what they look like in terms of, you know, how they stand out. Maybe with a bit of contrast paint. Other paints are available. Yeah, but it's like a lot of people say, are they going to make a difference? I think they might do if you are a beginner. I think there are, as we talked about before, I think there are better products out there in the marketplace to identify and quickly take on and off your models, the various skill sets as well.
Yeah, I suspect that the stunned and prone ones will be very rarely used, and people will just fall back on the classic put your player down or put them face down. The eye gouge and hypnogaze, yes, I can see them being used, or like you say, a third party equivalent. Chris very kindly 3D printed me some hypnogaze ones when we were playing season 2 when I did my vampires, and that's very useful because that's good because you can see who's been hypnotized and who hasn't. It's the same with the eye gouge. It's one of those useful things. But like you say, I'm sure there'll be bans out there that will come soon.
I think I am. At first I was a bit skeptical. I'll be honest. I have done like you've done, Scott. I sprayed them black. I dry brushed them white, and then I've just painted them with contrast. I have to say, I do think they come out really nice with very little effort. I do think it's very easy to make some very clear tokens that look very good. I'm really pleased that they provided them because I think some of the backlight Charlie Victor bands, for example, are probably better, but when they are something that so many people needed, so many people when you play the game need some kind of marker. Charlie Victor bands are better, but if you were to buy the number of bands equivalent to the amount of that they've given you for free in the box, you are spending quite a lot of money.
What I will say though, Chris, in terms of being a voice for our community, I will look to paint them up as quick as I can, ready for our inaugural little mini tournament this weekend. And then again, until you try them, you can't say if they're good or if they're bad. If you use them and you think actually they're bobbins, fine, but then you've tried them. So I will, in the to support science in all its wondrous glory and on a journey of self-fulfillment, growth, and discovery, I will look to make that a thing for the weekend.
And also, just putting it out there, because it will make me twitch. If I play against someone who is using the tokens, which is absolutely fine, I quite like them. And the colour to page 27 in the rule book.
Oh, if they're not the same color, I will absolutely. Well, the thing is, I've already seen someone who has painted, and I don't know if he's listening. Drew plays in the place down in Bournemouth. Absolutely fantastic painter. If you can find him on Instagram, so really, really nice stuff that he paints up. His chomped one he has done in white with almost like a blood splat on it, rather than white with then the red teeth. And they look really good. But there was part of me that just went, "Oh, why aren't the teeth red?" But anyway, I think they'll probably. We'll see how many people use them. We'll see how many people use them painted, because they're not the most interesting thing to paint. But I found them quite satisfying because they were quite easy.
Just a point on that, you've just and from my failings here, because what you've both done, I was like, why didn't I do that? I've cut them all off the bloody thing. So now when I spray them,
oh no, Tom, no, I cut them all off and then sprayed them. I didn't spray them on the sprue, which was a mistake.
Scott's expertise of spray painting them while still on the actual sprue.
It's a magic thing. It's called a spray can, Tom. It's really a wonderful thing.
I know. I've clipped mine all off the spray. I know that what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them in the box to spray them. When I spray them, they're just going to be flying everywhere because of the spray.
That is what happens.
But the only thing is when you paint them on the sprue and then you snip them off, Chris's OCD ratchets up on another level the fact that unless you go back and paint over that little grey plasticky piece where the sprue connection was, yeah.
He'll be like defusing a bomb.
I see. I see your accusation of my OCD, and I raise you your own OCD.
Please do.
If you take a look at these, I have not sanded down the little nubs. They are still there because I cannot be bothered, and I don't care enough.
You can't even take the mold lines off.
No, mold lines are there.
Okay, I can live with that. Have you taken the mold lines off the actual figures?
Well, I haven't started them yet,
Okay.
but probably won't.
Okay.
Another thing in that big token pack. So we have the throw player token and the bomb token, which I've painted up there. There's a bomb. There's a throw player, which again, I think is just a nice, like, everyone uses one. Everyone has one. They're really good. They're really helpful. Just smart to have in. That's a bit of a win. The ball token.
Yeah.
Which again is a bit of a win. It has the fact it has a little hole for the ball to go in. So you can have the team ball on the ball token.
It's going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Just to try and find that and pop it in every single turn. That's going to be such a dick thing.
If you've kept them all from all your teams, here's my little lizard one in an egg. Then if you've happened to have kept them all, then they're all there. Oh, that popped out immediately.
Can you imagine dropping that on the floor in the store in the middle of a tournament?
You just glue it in because that's the thing, isn't it? Well, regardless of who's on it, because you know who's got the ball because
yes. This is the dumbest thing about it. And to be fair, it's the dumbest thing about all two-sided ball tokens that are out there. So Charlie Victor, this is yours as well. All the other ones, right? If my ball is that way up and it says possession, if you can read that it says possession, it's clearly not in possession, is it? Because if you've got someone on the ball, then you can't see it. So what is the point of flipping it over and it being loose ball? I know it's loose because I've not got a player on it.
See, I love it. This rant makes me feel like a proud dad. Well done, Stan. Well done. You go, my boy.
So dumb. But and another thing is that lovely big red, blue circle in the middle there does not sit flush with the base of a standard GW base. So there is a bit of give. It doesn't sit flush.
No.
So I think I'm going medium for the ball token because there's so many things I hate about it, and I will 3D print myself one that I will use better that is flush and doesn't say loose ball on the other side.
And are we going to state that the most useless part of the whole game is the range ruler?
Yep. We've all seen the memes. Everybody, even GW probably wrote the memes themselves, but I think they've either got an overstock or they've got a contract for a minimum of 1 million pieces.
Yeah,
can I ask you a question about the range ruler though? Because I agree it feels like a waste of time. But how do you calculate whether a player can intercept without using the range ruler?
Roughly is 2 squares width, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you've got, so here's, because so many problems with the range ruler. If you've got no players on the field, right, and you put the range ruler down for a distance, the way that GW tell you to put the range ruler down, and then you read what it says in the book, which says that any square that range ruler is in, even if it's only a little bit, is able to intercept. Some of them are tiny, the tiniest corner of a square, but technically that square can intercept. But when you're stood up and you're holding it like this and you're trying to line it up, you're never going to see it, are you?
To be honest, Christopher, I like to think I had the mental capability to identify when that will happen. And I'd like to think playing with an opposition coach, they would share that sense of commonality and yeah, it's fine. Just do it. If it looked like it's an intercept, go for it,
So in the interest of plugging as many different Blood Bowl related things as possible, then if I could draw your attention to, let me find it because I'm sure it's on one of these. If I could draw your attention to the Blood Bowl Coach Assistant app. It's definitely available on Android. I don't know if it's available on anything else. Looks like this, if anyone's seen it, if you're familiar with it. It's green. You can press passing chart, and it's got the passing grid. And you can press where you are passing to, anywhere you're passing to, and it marks with crosses the squares that are able to intercept that pass.
Yeah, but you'd look just as, would you look at more of a knob or less of a knob, or just the same amount of being a knob if you were just trying to hold your phone up and then look down? And I don't know. For the sake of it, it's quick and easy, really, isn't it? Come on.
The interesting thing is, and it made me question that grid, because on page 71 is the grid, like shows whether it's a quick pass, short pass, or long pass.
Yeah.
It's the only bit in the whole book that has a watermark of Blood Bowl, which then made me go, hang about.
Hang on. Let's have a look at this.
I looked at it, I was like, why is there a watermark there for Blood Bowl? Have they changed the range? See what I mean?
No, it's not a watermark. It is looking at a pitch, and that is the symbol of the pitch.
Why make things confusing?
Just get yourself some ADBBL beer mats. That's all you need in life.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, there are additional tokens that you get in the box. Then quickly on the teams, then to finish off. So that's the other. Pitch. Actually, let's do pitch first. Sorry, Scott. I do have an issue with it, but it's
you do your issue now. So why I like it.
No, I'm gonna get the pitch. You say why you like it, and then I'll be back.
I like it because it's clear. It's nice and easy to see. It's not perfect, but it's better than some of the other GW pitches that when you are near the line of scrummage, you just cannot see where the hell your player is supposed to be exactly positioned. So that can be frustrating, but they are a lot better. So yeah, quite happy with that, especially if you look at it compared to, as I said, the other GW releases that are already on the market. So yeah, for freebie in a box, I'm quite happy with it. Will I use it? I'll probably use it in the garage as a practice pitch. I'll still take the neoprene one to the official tournaments, even though the prayers to Nuffle have changed. Yes, I know.
So, quick question, because I haven't even taken my pitch out of its lovely little casing. Has it changed in any specific way around, for example, the trapdoor? Is the trapdoor's in exactly the same place?
Same place.
Because obviously with other pitches, other team pitches, I can't remember which ones.
Amazons.
That's it. Amazons, yeah. It's in the wrong place. Well, it's not in the wrong place. It's in a different place.
So I like the pitch is nice and clear. It is very clear. It's very pretty. It's been nicely done. GW, well done. Here are my complaints. So here is the previous pitch. Okay. Grass side. And there is this black outline around the pitch. Yep. And then we flip over to the stone side. And there is a black outline around the pitch. Everyone with me so far?
Black outline.
Yes.
I think the word in comments and in chat is going to be pedantic. That is pedantic.
It's his word of the day.
It is new pitch. And as you see on the grass side, we have no black outline. Yeah. Now, the way that they do these pitches is that they get the board, they wrap around the artwork on one side, and then loop it round the other side. And then on the other side, on the stone pitch, they basically put a sticker on for the stone pitch. So the edge of the old pitch was black around the edge. So the fold over was black. And then they put the stone sticker, and both pitches look the same. Everyone still with me?
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at the stone side of the new pitch, the wraparound, because there's no black border, is grass. So we have this grass trim round the side of this pitch, which then has the sticker placed on top of it, which the sticker then itself has a black outline, which leaves you to corners that look like this, where this it's not quite right. It's kind of this point because of the way that they folded down the sticker.
Is that it?
It also doesn't actually stay flat.
Okay. Apart from that,
It's gonna take a few times of it being down and weighted down. I tried to use it I tried to use it and I tried to lay it flat and it kept popping up and there was like along the groove, so that was really frustrating. That's my complaints about the pitch. I get it's petty, but it is frustrating. It really frustrates me.
it's nice that Chris, the Blood Bowl community can rely on us to answer all the little detailed minutia questions that add absolutely no value to society, but they are important to us.
What I want to provide is I want basically someone to listen to this, look at their pitch, have not noticed what I've noticed, and cry. That's kind
They'll be
of
like, "Damn you, Chris!"
why did you point it out?
Oh, but then they'll just play on the grass pitch all the time.
Well, yeah,
They'll never turn it over.
Well, you have to turn it over because the grey side sits flat, but the grass one pops up on the fold. Anyway,
you're now going to be suggesting this is all part of a nefarious plan from GW to make you buy another pitch, or
I didn't say it. You said it.
Okay.
Well, okay. The teams. Then that's the last thing in the box.
Oh,
Other than the cheat sheets, the cheat sheets, they're great. We love them. Thank you for a cheat sheet. Teams.
Beautiful.
We've got our cat ball, which I know is everyone's favorite new ball. Tomb Kings look, as someone who, as we've already covered, doesn't take a great deal of care when he builds his teams. I've looked at both of them and gone, the level of detail and how cool these look is so good that I don't think I can do them justice, and I probably won't build them or paint them. They're not teams I'd probably play anyway, but very pretty, very nice sculpts. Scott, you had already said how nice the sculpts were when we first got sight of them. Are you pleased with what you've seen in the box?
Loving them, painting them already. Painting one for the local AD BBL Hardbox and Dragon store, painting their Bretonians for them as well. Loving them, really enjoying them. The sculpts are just so cool. GW do this a lot. They when they do good models, they do exceptionally good models.
Yeah, I've just Googled them just to get a refresh of them because I do really like them. And funny enough, they're already on eBay, £26.50, and they're the ones out of the box as well.
That's actually, you think, how much is a GW team normally? 30 quid? It was before price about 30 quid.
It's £27.20. Plus
free
£2, yeah, plus £2.
Oh, screw that. Buy it from somewhere you're going to get free postage and packing from. But I think if you don't want to go out and buy the whole box set, no offense, just under 30 quid for a full team or less than that, are they putting in the bases? Are they being knobs and putting in slotter bases? Because all the new bases as well, no slots.
No, they are. It's literally the pack that comes in the box with the transfers as well.
Very good.
I think, like, I have to say, the box set is really good value. Because because I know a few people who are like, I don't really want a box. I spoke to one person who said, I wasn't going to buy a box because I didn't really want it, but I did kind of want both the teams and I did want the book. So I bought the box because then I get all the tokens and the dice and everything. And like, it is just the cheapest way to buy it. So they are always good value, these boxes. That's why I have bought, I mean, you can see up here, I've bought every single box set for Blood Bowl since the second edition, because it is just the cheapest way to buy all of that stuff by far.
And equally, like you say, even with the pitch, you might as well take that as your tournament pitch.
Oh, God,
so you don't mind getting ruined or whatever, because it doesn't. The stickers aren't right for you. But the Tomb Kings are like a bit like you. They look fantastic, but you get sucked into someone's beautiful paint job and think, I'm never going to get that good.
You can. We will get you that good, Tom. Don't trust me.
Tomb Kings, I'm more likely to do the Tomb Kings than the Bretonians because I think they are easier to maybe do a good slap chop job on. Then I think the Bretonians just have so much great detail that I think looks so good. I don't think I can do it justice, but maybe I will at some point. Look, that's the whole box. That is the box set. That is our kind of take initially on what we've got for third edition. There is so much more to talk about. I'm sure we'll talk about it over the coming weeks and months as we start to learn more about this new edition of Blood Bowl. But if you have got any gut feelings, any gut thoughts, have you got your box set? Are you happy with them? What do you think of the dice? What do you think of these tokens? Are you going to use them? Does the pitch infuriate you as much as it infuriates me? Any of that you want to pass on to us? Mr. Scott Bryant, how do people get in touch?
Mr. Christopher Coe, if people want to get in touch about all the aforementioned Blood Bowl Season 3 related detail, if they want to tell us how pedantic we all are on a scale of 1 to 10. If they want to find out anything like that, drop us a note, usual place, newdiceplease@gmail.com, upper, lower, middle, whatever case you want to send it to. And once you've sent us what you think, once you're playing, send us your emails. What do you think? What sort of teams have done well? Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? And then you can watch more of it. And if you want to start watching some Blood Bowl Season 3 action, Mr. Tom Hobble, where can people go?
Yeah, and before I say that, a little shout out to Josh Lee, who sent in an email saying what a wonderful guy John Reader is. So thanks for the
that
email.
That is John Reader. Is that John Reader sending himself an email?
I don't know. No, it's Josh. Josh Lee, thank you very much for your email. We must start replying to our emails. A note to self. Anyway, if you want to see us as well as hear us, we're on YouTube under Blood Bowl Live, and we've also got a New Dice Please there. And on the socials, we're on Instagram and Blue Sky under New Dice Please.
I'm just reading out just reading this email and yeah, thank you very much, Josh, for writing in after listening to episode 33 and just wanting to shout out some coaches who have been really great and very good sports and really good to a new coach. So shout out to John Reader and shout out to Justin Smith and shout out to Chris Doherty as well, who have been named as being great coaches. So well done, guys, and keep it up. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you very much, Tom. Commiserations to Tom Feeks, who's not here, but we'll see him next time, I'm sure. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We've been New Dice Please, and we'll see you next time.